Sawadika Metzler, it's
Sawadika
Amory.
Metzler, I'm Jeremy
Hey,
Zucker.
Metzler, it's Lucas
It's Martin
Graham.
Garrix here, and you're listening to Met 107.
Thank you.
Sawadika.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for having us as well. So first of all, my name is Bank from Met 107 radio station here in Thailand, and thank you for being with us today.
Of course, Bank. Thanks for having me. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. So how has the quarantine been like for you? Being in LA.
Yeah, I think definitely ups and downs for sure. I'm grateful to be in a place with warm weather. That's been a really nice thing to have throughout this. I can't imagine being just like locked up in the cold. I'm from Chicago, so I definitely know cold weather, but I'm grateful that it's been warm here. But yeah, ups and downs. I mean, I'm grateful to have gotten these songs out of it, but it hasn't always been, super rosy and nice.
Yeah. So you spend all your time in your studio during the quarantine, or do you like find something new to do? For example, like cooking or dancing or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely spent a lot of time in this room, just like making stuff and finishing stuff and experimenting and all that. But I definitely have picked up a few new hobbies. I've definitely been cooking a lot.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
a lot. I haven't experimented with making Thai. I love Thai food, but I haven't. I don't have the courage to actually try and make it. So maybe I'll work up to that at some point.
Yes, man. I love Thai food and I can cook a lot of Thai food, especially
Oh,
like spicy one. So if you need
oh,
suggestions, just
I
ask
do.
me.
I do so bad. Teach me, please teach me your ways.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. So can you eat spicy food or?
Yeah, yeah. The spicier, the better.
Wow,
Yeah,
then you're perfect match for Thailand.
exactly. I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. So before we talk about your new EP, which is coming out right now, let's going back to the beginning of your music career. So what made you decide to be a part of the music industry and to become a musician?
Yeah, so I mean, to go all the way back, when I was like 8 years old, I saw my dad playing guitar, and I was like, I gotta learn how to do that. And
Yeah.
just grew up playing in a bunch of bands and writing music by myself and just experimenting and seeing what feels good. And then I went to school for a year and ended up dropping out to pursue music professionally. And it's just kind of been a wild ride since then.
Hmm. So you started in a band, right? So you
Mhm.
play instrument before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what made you decided to like, I don't want to be in a band anymore. I want to be a singer. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to like my surroundings and stuff. And so obviously being a solo artist was super attractive to me because I was able to kind of control every single aspect of it, which is a double-edged sword. It's not always super fun, but I think when it does go well, it's extremely fulfilling, and it's been a wild ride so far, and a lot of thankfully a lot of ups.
yeah, that's so cool. So what about being a songwriter? So is that hard? Because a lot of my friends, because I used to be a singer as well, and I saw a lot of people like write their own music. It's quite difficult, but it's very good way to like express your feeling as well. So
Yeah, totally. I mean, it can be like the hardest thing in the world, and it can be the easiest thing in the world. It just depends on the day and what I'm trying to write about. But for me, I can't really imagine not writing music. Like that's where kind of I work out all these feelings and find out a lot about myself is through writing lyrics and through writing songs. So I'm just grateful to have it as kind of a tool in my toolkit to regulate my own, emotions.
do you have any like tips or tricks about like how to like get a correct message or get a rhyme?
Yeah, I mean, so many. I think the biggest one that I give whenever someone asks is like, don't be afraid to be bad at it. Just go out and just. I think the most important thing you can do is just do it. And not worry about what it's going to end up being, or not worry about it being the best thing ever. Just like go out and practice and experiment and find out what feels good and lower the expectations and pressure on yourself.
Yeah, just do not afraid to make mistake, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so growing up, do you have any inspirations or any like model, like idol that you like want to become like them? You know?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, like John Mayer for me was a huge idol when I mean, still today. But just like musically as a guitar player and songwriting wise, just someone I really, really looked up to and aspired to be and aspire to have a similar career.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you can, succeed and become like him one day for
Thank
sure,
you.
man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so let's talk about your name. So I was wondering like for a few days, Alexander 23. So why you put 23 after your name?
Yeah, totally. So I was born on the 23rd. So it kind of started
Ah,
there, and it's just a number that's kind of followed me around like my whole life. And when it came time to, choose a name, I knew I wanted to go by Alexander because I wanted people to call me by my actual name, but it just felt like a fun thing to throw on the end, and yeah, I'm happy it stuck.
yeah, and I think it's differentiate yourself from the other Alexander though as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
to be
Yeah,
like
I'm the 23rd
Alexander
version. Yeah,
23. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
That's so cool. Okay, so let's talk about your EP. So it's Oh No, Not Again.
Hmm.
Yeah. So why you name the title of the EP like this?
Yeah. For me, the EP kind of takes you through one full like relationship from wanting to meet someone to meeting them to loving them, losing them, getting over them, moving on. And
Mm.
so that's kind of a cycle that I've felt myself go through, a few times now. And at the end, the only thing you can kind of say is just like, oh no, not again. Like it all happened again, and it's all about to happen one more time. So it just
So
felt like a fitting kind of lighthearted title for a bit more serious of a subject matter.
so from your like personal experience, do you have any like, rotation of the relationship like that? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, and I try my best to kind of sing about it in the music and share my experiences. Hopefully other people can listen and see a bit of themselves in there as well.
So you actually like put it on your personal experience into the each
Totally.
song, right?
Yeah, I
Ah.
mean for me it's much easier to like write about things that I'm going through or have been through.
Hmm. Right. Okay. So the first single from this EP is IDK You Yet. I don't know you yet. So it's quite big here in Thailand. A lot of
Wow, I
our
love it.
listeners, yeah, a lot of our listeners have requested this song so many times, and
Wow,
it's actually reached our top 10 in our top 40 chart.
wow. That's insane.
Yes. So
I
how do you
that
feel?
I mean, I'm just so grateful that people feel connected to me. I mean, like I write, like I said, I write about things that I feel, and so to hear so many people also feel that way is super comforting, just as a human more than anything. So, and also like besides that, like I grew up in like the middle of the U.S., so the fact that people all the way over there are listening to my music is mind blowing to me, and I'm just so grateful that we've formed these unique relationships.
Yeah, I think it's because a lot of people here are facing the same experience as you, so they feel connect to the songs.
Yeah,
Especially one phrase from this song is called "I need you now, but I don't know you yet."
yeah.
So yeah, what can you tell us a little bit about these songs?
Yeah, totally. Just like I think everyone in at some point in their lives in some way it feels like a void, and feels like they're missing something. And sometimes you know what that is, but oftentimes you just feel incomplete. And so, when I wrote this song, I was writing about a time when I really felt that way, and the feeling of just like so badly needing that last piece of yourself, but not even knowing what that is I think such a sad and powerful feeling.
Yeah,
And
totally
I think
agree.
the other thing for me is like it's is I think the most important word is yet. I think that
Mm,
makes the song really hopeful because it was I need you now, but I don't know you. That's just sad, but like I don't know you yet means like, yeah, maybe I don't know you now and I'm sad now, but I'm hopeful that in the future we will meet.
yeah, just keep on dreaming and hoping that one day you're gonna find that person, right? Yeah, and
Exactly.
this song is actually gone viral on TikTok as well. I play TikTok. A lot of people are using this song as their background music.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
I
how do you
love seeing
feel?
all the videos. I love seeing all the videos, and it's so cool to get to see like what this song means to other people.
Mm. Yeah, because like each one of them creating their own content through the song, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's crazy to get to see that as the songwriter.
Okay. So what about the other single? Nothing's the same. This
Mhm.
one you collabs with Jeremy Suggers. So can you please tell us a little bit about these songs?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm just such a fan of Jeremy, both as a human and as an artist, and we've been friends for a while, and it was so cool to just get in the studio, and we just both been feeling the same way of like just so kind of down and like is this feeling going to end? When did this feeling start? It's getting hard to remember when it started because it's been going on for so long, and so it was a really powerful experience to be in the same room and feel the same thing and get to write about it and come up with something we were both really proud of.
Yeah, and I think this song is quite relatable to a lot of people, especially during the quarantine or the lockdown last year, right? So
Yeah.
you inspired from this experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to like write about the lockdown like too specifically, but that was definitely what was making us feel that way. You know, I mean, it was inescapable, you know, both physically and mentally. So, yeah, I think it was a lot for people to deal with, and we just tried to kind of write about it as best we could.
Mm, okay. So how do you feel about like, working with him? Do you have to like get together? Are you working via the Zoom or any like
Yeah,
platform? Yeah.
so that one we both were actually just in my studio here,
Ah,
um, and it was the first day we'd ever worked together, and sometimes you just, you know, kind of
click,
click with
right?
creatively, and it was kind of just off to the races.
Oh, wow. So what about your new single? Is Cry Over Boy and
Mhm.
then Come Here and Leave Me Alone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about these two songs?
Yeah, definitely. Cry Over Boys, I'm super proud of that one. That one kind of originally started as writing about someone else's experience, and then the more I kind of wrote about it, the more I'm like, man, I'm also guilty of all these things of just like sacrificing, you know, so much for someone else who might not be necessarily worthy of it, or just like, you know, romanticizing this to the point where, you know, I'm not being fair to myself. And I think I mean I've recently found out that a lot of people feel that way as well, which has been cool. And then Come Here and Leave Me Alone is really something that I'm, you know, I haven't figured out yet, and I'm still trying to figure out of like wanting affection all the time, but also wanting to be alone all the time and not knowing how to balance those two things.
Hmm, interesting. Especially the Come Here and Leave Me Alone because I watched the music videos and I saw you like running away from something, but then you running towards something as well. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think the music video just kind of like for me just like clarified like the feeling of, yeah, exactly like what you just said. I'm running away from this light, and then at the end I kind of just like succumb to it. And that's how I feel a lot of the times with just like human interaction of just like I'm constantly running away from it. I'm constantly seeking it out, and I'm constantly escaping it, and I'm constantly needing it, and it's a very difficult thing to balance.
Hmm, okay. But for me, like personally, like I listen to all your songs from your EP. My favorite song is actually track 9.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that. I was
Yeah.
hoping you'd say that one. That's my favorite too.
Yeah. So why you write these songs, the track 9? Yeah.
Yeah. So track 9 is really a super specific song. It's written like to one person who I had an amazing relationship with, and it unfortunately had to come to an end. But none of the songs on the EP were about like the ending of our relationship, and
Yeah.
it felt strange to put out all these songs that had nothing to do with this super like recent important event in my life. But at the same time, I wasn't in a place yet where I could fully write about all these things. So it's kind of just like a, you know, a love letter of sorts to them, being like, hey, you know, I haven't had enough time yet to write about everything, but I'm still grateful for the time we had together, and it's still on my mind.
Yeah. Actually, like, the reason that I like this song the most is because I actually facing the same experience
Oh, well, we're
to
on the
you.
same page then. Well, then I feel you. I know exactly what you're feeling. And
Yeah.
it's not always fun, but we're in
Yeah.
it together, and we're gonna be all right.
Totally. Yeah. Do you have any plan to like release this song as a single, like soon, track 9?
Track, track 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's been the most refreshing part about releasing the EP is how many people have reached out to me about that song. So I think in kind of today's musical landscape, like you can pick your singles, but also the singles are going to pick themselves, you know, and if people keep listening and enjoying it and connecting to it, then the song will do what it's meant to do. And I'm just happy that people are feeling the same way.
Okay. So let's talk about Thailand. So have
Please.
you ever been to Thailand before?
No, but I'm dying to
Uh,
go. All my friends have went, and I've literally only heard the best things, and I'm dying to go. So right when I can and it's safe to do so, I'm gonna be on the first flight over.
so because you said that a lot of your friends have been here before, right?
Mhm.
So if you can like pick one thing out of your mind that about Thailand that you want to experience the most right now, what would it be?
Ooh, well, definitely the food. I mean, the food is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm trying to hit these beaches, trying to see what's up with that. And then I think so for me, just like through the internet, I've just noticed like Thai fans are just always so kind and passionate, and so I can't wait to just like kind of meet everyone, you know, like both fans and just everyone else in Thailand. It feels like the culture there is just super warm and inviting. So I love that.
Yeah. I can guarantee you 100% that the beach here is one of the best in the world.
That's what I've heard. So I'm happy to hear
Yeah,
you say it.
man. Yeah, I'm volunteer myself to be a guide tour if you like visiting.
Oh, let's do
Thailand.
it. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. You gotta show me the best beaches and the best restaurants. That's all I need.
Yes, let's go, man.
All right,
Yeah.
easy. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, okay. So because you mentioned about like Thai fans, so I'm gonna teach you one Thai sentence that you can actually say to all your Thai fans.
Amazing. Please.
Yeah. So it means I love you. Yeah.
Okay.
So you say ฉันรักคุณ
Shadrakun.
Yes, correctly.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the mini heart to the camera as well. So like this. So it's kind of like your thumbs. Yes. Yes. No. The other way around. Yep. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then you
love
say,
that. That's so cute.
yeah, you say ฉันรักคุณ
Shadrakun.
Yay.
All right, there we go.
I think a lot of Thai girls are gonna be screaming after seeing this for sure.
Oh
man.
my gosh, I'm gonna do that on stage once I get to play a show there.
Yeah. So do you have any plans to like have a tour, like Asia tour or anything?
Yeah, I mean, right when it's like safe to do so, I'm seriously gonna do it. I've been dying to get to Southeast Asia for like years now, and now I have the best reason ever to go, which is to play music and meet people. So yeah, like I said, right when I can, like I will be over. It's not even a question. It's happening.
For sure, man. Okay, so lastly, do you have any things to say to all the Thai fans and also to all the youngsters who want to be a part of the music industry, who have a dreams and want to be successful just like you?
Yeah, well, first of all, to all the Thai fans, like just thank you for all your support. I mean, I can't even really put into words how much it means to me, and just know that I will be over as soon as I can to play for you and meet you and hang out with you and eat food with you and hit the beach with you. So we're doing it all once we can. And then to anyone who's trying to get into music, I would say just like keep working at your craft, whatever that is. You know, if it's a guitar player, if it's piano, if it's songwriting, if it's on the business side, whatever it is, just keep working at it, and your hard work will be noticed and it'll pay off eventually.
All right. Thank you very much, Alexander 23.
Sure.
It's such a pleasure for me to talk to you. And I hope one day we can actually meet in person.
Oh, we definitely will. Bank, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Okay,ครับ. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ Bye bye.
Later.
Take care, man.
Peace.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ